Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that's kind of like informative, I would say. I've thought about my experience as a gay guy, and sometimes me and other gay men and gay women get told certain things that we personally find annoying, whether or not it has malicious intent, which I would say 9 times out of 10 there isn't. So I basically wanted to make this video to basically explain why we found them annoying, but then also list the top 10 things of what me and that I've spoke to others about, what we as individuals find annoying. These are now in particular order. I've wrote them down on my phone, so if you see me kind of looking down and reading to myself, it's because I'm reading each bullet point. So this video is in no shape or form meant to be an insulting thing. You know, a lot of people on the left will make an intent to make people feel bad about all of the things that annoy them, where my intent is to be informative and to keep some things in mind maybe before you ask them, and I'll give them, and I can always give you a nice in-between thing to ask instead. Like, most of these, I would say, are just everyday things that you will say to us and you don't think it's a big deal, but we internalise it as either a big deal or something weird. So then I'll give a different way to say these specific things. Some of these are somewhat controversial, but you know, that's life. So the first one is when you ask someone who is gay, whether it's gay or a gay guy or a gay girl, is if they're in a relationship, who's the man and who's the woman. So this used to really kind of make me feel weird and confused, because I used to internalise this, and I've spoke to other members of the community and they also internalise a similar thing, where when you ask that, we internalise that as, oh, we notice that you don't have the traditional couple relationship, so we need to make it so for our comfortability that we can replace you as one or the other. And we see that as almost an offensive thing. I don't feel like that anymore, because I know for the most part that that is kind of not the case, and some people are just being nosy, like I'm naturally nosy, and you know, they just want to know. So now I will tell them if I'm ever kind of like seeing someone, or if they ask me that specific question. But I think that that is a bad thing to ask someone in general. So I would recommend you say something like, instead of saying who's the man, who's the woman, you should say something like, so who does kind of the male role and who does the female role? Because roles can be, you know, everyone can do a male and female role. So this one was something, so this is number 2. I used to hear this more 10-15 years ago, but every now and then it will kind of come across as a joke, but then they're obviously being serious at the same time. So I wanted to include this as well, which I think that this is like really close-minded to say, where it's someone says, who hurt you that made you gay? So if you're like a gay guy, what woman hurt you? And if you're a gay woman, what guy hurt you that made you turn? When obviously that's just a very old myth and a very old standard. So, with this one, I don't really have anything to say instead, because it's just so stupid and old-minded. So this third one is one of the controversial ones, is saying that being gay is a sin. And if this ever reaches across any religious people, I mean no disrespect. You know, I don't care if someone's religious as long as you're a nice person. So I encourage anyone who is listening that is either religious or does believe in that, actually look at the Bible and pinpoint something that actually says gay equals sin, because it doesn't say that. It will say things like men lying with boy is a sin. That's like the common one that religious people use, and that's obviously pedophilia, nothing to do with two consenting adults. And then one of the ones that they say also is, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah, which that story isn't even about specific consensual gay sex. It was talking about how everyone was doing these egregious acts in rebellion, so kind of like gangbangs, drinking, fighting in the Bible. So, you know, a lot of things that you were told that is about gay people isn't actually. So the fourth one, I would say this is more something that I've encountered growing up. Not too much, because I had quite a nice childhood compared to most cases, but with most people, I would say this is more of a thing growing up, is when someone asks you or tells you to stop acting like such a girl if you're a guy, and then if you're a girl, stop acting like such a tomboy. And if it was just something said every now and then, I think that that's fine. I think it's banter, and I think that it's like, you know, just a human thing. But if you say it repeatedly, like if you make it like a weekly thing, a daily thing, then that comes across as bullying, and I'm not down for that, and it will make us feel like we can't be ourselves. And the number 5 one, I would say this is more of a meme than anything, but I do know, I've seen some people on the internet do this in real life. So I know that it's a thing, but it's not as much of a thing as all the others that I've just mentioned. So a lot of straight people will complain that their dating life isn't going well, so then they'll wish that they're gay because they think it will make them better. And if you've actually been a part of the community, you will know that we actually have more struggle when it comes to dating than you are. Specifically the gay male community. I can't really speak upon the gay female because I don't explore that revenue. And number 6, this is something that I've been asked a couple of times in my life, and I thought it meant something completely different, but as a 24-year-old gay man, I now know that this isn't what you would think as a young kind of teenager. I was asked quite a few times if I could be a gay best friend. And I internalised this as something completely different. I thought that it meant that we were going to be actual best friends and we'd hang out. So my kind of reaction was always, yeah, hell yeah, I'd love that. But then I realised that we didn't actually talk that much and didn't get to know each other that much. And when the odd times when we did hang out, I was almost an accessory to them, because they would like say to their girlfriends, oh, have you met so-and-so? You know, he's my new gay best friend. And then that's when I clicked and I was like, oh, this isn't an actual nice thing, it's an accessory. So never say that to a a gay guy, even if you like gay guys in your company. What I can tell you is obviously get to know someone first, and then if you truly get on, personality wise, then you can just become best friends as a gay person and a straight person. So number 7 is I don't think this is malicious, but sometimes the way you say this can come across as malicious. So it's not what you say, it's how you say this one. Is how do you know when you were gay? And like I say, this question isn't anything hurtful or anything bad just by saying the words, but if you can, sometimes the way you act when you say this, if it comes across as like cocky or inferior, then it comes across as like more negative than if you were to just say it in jest. So I personally don't have a problem with this. You know, I'll say my experience when I was 5, I had a crush on the guy who did Riverdance. But then what I'll do is I'll ask him the same question, normally, is how did you know that you were straight? And what I've found is a lot of them will like get confused or be taken aback, like, whoa, why'd you just ask me that, man? And then my response is always, well, you've just asked me the same thing, so why can't I ask you that? So it is like a weird double standard thing that I've experienced. So I'm not saying don't say it, but don't get offended if we ask you back, and, you know, don't say it with a cocky or an malicious intent. Just say it because you're curious. Okay, number 8 is if you're at like a gay event, whether it's like gay pride or at a gay bar or in a gay club, this is more of an action than something you say. But basically I wrote, don't be offended if we hit on you. Obviously, if you're not into that yourself, you can't help that, and then just politely say, you know,